Being compromised. Okay, so you are a human being, are you not? A being who, after being born into this place, was conditioned from day one to believe that everyone has to compromise, that everyone has to be unhappy. Well, I am here to tell you that you have been lied to. I am here to tell you that compromise can only ever result in unhappiness. And why is that? Well, in reality, the only thing you can actually compromise is your own happiness. Now, you know from your own hard-won experience that the act of compromising in your life has only ever led to you slowly being backed into a corner, has only ever allowed others to gradually suck the life, to suck the happiness out of you, until of course you have finally had enough, and you have then adopted a stance of no compromise, the very stance you really ought to have been taught to assume from the very beginning. You see, in this world of unhappiness, just take a look around yourself for confirmation of that fact. We are actually being conditioned from our very earliest days to become more or less unhappy. We are actually being taught that to be unhappy is the norm, something that you realize is not in fact the truth at all once you begin to look at the act of compromise from the correct point of view. I mean, just take a look at nature, for instance, and please point out to me one single act of compromise that takes place in nature. Of course, there are none. Nature is just. Nature is unwavering. You see, if Mr. Rabbit is not paying attention, well then Mr. Fox will soon have him by the throat. There are no ifs, and there are certainly no buts in nature. And as such, there is no room at all for compromise. And as a result of that, there is no room at all for unhappiness. Now, what you must realize is the human nature that you have been led to believe is yours, all of that before mentioned compromise, along with all of that resultant unhappiness, is not in fact your true nature at all. Your true nature is actually being reflected back to you as the nature that you now see all around you. That nature that is seen to be completely without compromise, and so completely without unhappiness. I thank you.